Look up, what color is the sky? Blue, obviously, embarrassingly obviously. The kind of question you'd ask a 4-year-old to make sure everything was working correctly upstairs. But here's the thing. The ancient Greeks looked up at the same sky, the same photons, the same atmosphere scattering the same wavelengths of light, and they didn't call it blue. They barely called it anything at all. Neither did the ancient Egyptians, or the Chinese, or the Icelandic Vikings, or the indigenous peoples of the Americas, or virtually any civilization that didn't have regular access to blue dye, independently, without coordinating, without knowing about each other. They all looked at the bluest thing on the planet and found a different word or no word at all. The question isn't why they got it wrong. The question is why we're so sure we got it right. In the Odyssey, Homer describes the sea as wine-dark. Oinops, the color of red wine, which is, famously, not the color of the sea. He also describes iron as violet, honey as green, and sheep as violet again, different sheep, presumably, though Homer doesn't clarify. For a long time, classicists assumed this was poetic license. Metaphor, a man taking artistic liberties with a sunset. Then a 19th-century British politician named William Gladstone. Yes, that William Gladstone, the Prime Minister, who apparently had a lot of evenings free, spent years analyzing every color reference in Homer's writing. All of them, he counted, and he found something strange. Homer had an elaborate vocabulary for dark and light. He could describe brightness, shadow, the shimmer of bronze, the gleam of a god's armor. But he almost never used a word that mapped onto what we'd call a specific color. Red appeared occasionally. Yellow and green, rarely, but blue, the most prominent color in the Mediterranean sky, and see that Homer spent his entire career writing about, appeared exactly 0 times. Not once. In the entire Iliad and Odyssey. He saw it every day. He just didn't have a word for it. And so, in some meaningful sense, he didn't see it at all. Gladstone thought the Greeks might have been partially colorblind, an evolutionary quirk, a civilization-wide vision defect that resolved itself sometime around the invention of democracy. This was wrong, but it's a very 19th century kind of wrong, the sort of wrong that feels like it should be right. The actual answer came later, and it's stranger. Linguist Lazarus Giger took Gladstone's observation and tested it across cultures. He read the ancient texts of the Hindus, the Icelanders, the Chinese, the Arabs, the Hebrews. He was looking for blue. He didn't find it, not in any of them. And then Jules Davids and later researchers studying the Paraha people of the Amazon and the Himba people of Namibia today confirmed something that keeps being confirmed no matter how many times it should stop being surprising. Every language on Earth develops color words in roughly the same order. First, words for light and dark. Then red, then yellow and green, sometimes in one word, sometimes separately. Blue is always last. Always. There is no culture that developed a word for blue before developing words for red. Not one. And cultures that still don't have a dedicated blue word, when tested, struggle to visually distinguish blue from green in controlled experiments. Not because their eyes are different, because without the category, the boundary doesn't exist. The color is there. The eye detects it. The brain, with nothing to file it under, lets it blur into adjacent things. They're not failing to see blue. They're seeing something we've forgotten how to see, a world without that particular line drawn through it. So why blue? Why is it always the straggler? Why does every civilization name the color of blood and fire and ripe fruit before it names the color of the thing directly above their heads for every waking moment of their lives? The practical answer is surprisingly mundane. Blue things are rare in nature. Red things will kill you or feed you. Green things feed you or hide things that will kill you. Yellow is the sun, the warning,